Check out this cutie pie. This is Avi. He's about 2 months old. He's already his mother's pride and joy, too. He's also the first child for our friend and show regular Maria Viall.
Maria's back after maternity leave, and she's ready to share her journey to motherhood and tips for other new moms and moms-to-be. We know a lot of you are at home watching, so welcome back.
Oh, thanks. Thank you.
Congratulations.
How's it going?
It's going.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's going. Yeah.
Okay, so how about the home delivery? Like giving
Yeah.
birth at home and being in labor 24 hours.
Yeah, it was tough. By far the hardest thing I've ever done. But so glad that we were able to do it that way. Just being at our home, we were able to take walks. My mom was there. Yeah, it was like one of those things where you're like, okay, like, when is this going to be done? I think I said that a few times.
Because aren't you so tired? I mean, and you know, people like me who give birth in a hospital were like, are you nuts?
Yeah, oh, I'm sure. Oh, plenty of people, I think, were like, what? Like, how? And kind of like, how does that work? Like, I think it's like in your backyard, you know?
Or in your bathtub.
It's not, yeah. It was great. Our midwife was wonderful. And
that's great.
Yeah, because
Good
then
for you.
after we were done, we just could like be in our house and we didn't have to worry about like, I couldn't imagine leaving in a car seat a couple of days later, driving home. I think that would terrify me. I mean, it did the first time in general, but so.
I want to make sure we get to some tips for moms at home.
Yes.
Just 'cause time is short. The skill of multitasking with one hand is one thing you didn't know you were going to have to learn.
Yeah, I feel like there should be like a course. Like they tell you to change diapers, like nursing, pumping. Like you have to learn how to do life with one hand. You know, like peeling an egg. I can boil or peel a boiled egg now. I can put in earrings. But like that is something that like literally takes skill. Or like using both hands.
I learned that after shoulder surgery.
Oh, I'm sure you did. Yeah.
Just have shoulder surgery.
Yeah.
And be prepared
it's perfect
for motherhood.
Prep. Yeah.
Well, and these are all things that they don't tell you the first 6 weeks after baby. Also, you experience a whole new level of body odor.
Oh my Lord. Like I'd wake up in the morning. Oh my God. For me. I'd wake up in the morning and I was like, oh my God, this is like beyond body odor.
Why?
I guess it's hormonal.
Yeah.
And supposedly the baby likes it, which like kudos to him because I'm sure
maybe it keeps your husband away.
I think the other man in my life wasn't too keen on it, but
don't you kind of want to keep him a little bit away at that moment?
So like I actually found like another deodorant that worked, but it was crazy. Did not expect that.
Yeah, nobody tells you that.
Which deodorant did you use?
It's something called Schmidt's. Okay. It's a natural one, and you know natural ones. Natural ones you can burn through. But I was like, I need to find something.
Schmidt's charcoal.
It's great.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a big fan.
Okay. The next one, your thirst level is out of the world.
Yeah, they talk about you being really hungry, like especially if you breastfeed, but like holy cats, like I can go through gallons of water. So like, you know, when this happens, when they fall asleep and you're holding them and you're not prepared with like any reserves, it's like, it's awful. You always have to have like a jug of water by your side. So that's
I think the baby body, the judgment is big because celebrities, you know, in a week they look like they're wearing a bikini again.
So I have to tell this story quick. My first day without him, my husband was lovely enough.
That's hilarious, by the way.
Was lovely enough to watch him for a couple hours so I could go do this mom thing with my friend Kate's house. And I went to the store to pick up some food and I picked up some Schmidt's deodorant.
Yep.
I'm checking out and she goes, is this your first baby? And I'm like, wait a second, how does she know I have a baby? And I'm like, oh my God, she thinks I'm pregnant. And I'm thinking, I was like, I feel like I look pretty good at 6 weeks. Like I felt like, you know, you're like, oh, things are starting to settle in. And at that moment, I'm like, do I tell her? And I'm like, you know what? I just was like, it is. Yeah. It's our first. And she was like, do you want a receipt? Because sometimes you can get reactions to, I'm like, I'm good. Oh, thank you. You know, and I laughed at it just because like, you know, there's days you are like, oh, I feel like I'm looking good. And other days you're like, what is that? Like, where did this come from? What's this new development?
I think the huge thing is trying to get into a pair of jeans after having, because
Well, you're wearing everything stretchy for 9 months. And then you're like, oh yeah, my belly's gone. And you're like, holy cow, my hips definitely expanded.
And I'm going to say, as somebody who hasn't had a child, I didn't realize until I'd seen some more pictures that your belly stays out as if you're pregnant for a while. In my mind, I thought it just goes flat.
No.
It doesn't. And I think a lot of people don't know that until they have a child. You know, don't understand it. I don't understand it.
Yeah, and it's different too, right? Because like you're kind of used to like, oh, my belly's out, like I'll just suck it in. It's like your ab muscles are for sure not back yet.
Yeah.
You're just kind of wearing loose clothes for the most part.
Yeah, you know what? Enjoy it. There's so many other things we'd love to talk about. We ran out of time. Eye makeup is a luxury, I agree, but also it's all worth it. You don't realize you could have so much love for a thing.
Oh yeah, like lack of sleep, feeling like you're maybe like losing your mind. You know, your husband and you just kind of like you're just operating.
And baby blues, real thing?
Yeah, for sure. Like especially the first 3-4 days, like I've found myself crying for no reason. And
I did too.
You know, and you can be really preventative, and there's some great things you can do to help with that, but there's also just like a reality of knowing that that happens. And the best thing to have is like a support system, whether it's your husband or a friend, or like I had a friend who said, look, you're going to experience this, just call me. Like, and if you tell Josh, if you don't want to call me, have him call me. Like, you're going to have that like down.
That's cute.
Because it's a whole new rush of emotions. You
give
lose,
yourself permission.
Yeah, you lose so much of like your estrogen. You're going to
You can learn a lot more by visiting mariaviall.com, and now she can share more of this with you in person as well. Thanks so much, Maria.
Oh, thank you guys.
Avi, you were good.
Adorable.
All right, up next.